Good morning and welcome to the Elevate Renatus team call. Today is Thriving Thursday. It is April 22nd. Happy Earth Day, everybody. My name is Keely. I'm excited to be here with you today. Our quote of the day is, "Many of life's failures are people who did not realize how close they were to success when they gave up." So no giving up, not allowed. We've got our dates for a leadership retreat. We're going to Cabo San Lucas, Mexico, August 20th through the 24th. Our leaders retreat is going to be full of successful entrepreneurs. Everyone who is there is either 1-star, 3-star, or 5-star qualified. Make sure that you get that you do whatever it needs to make happen to get 1-star, 3-star, or 5-star. And we will see you in Cabo. Our Founders Live is a great opportunity for you to connect with not only the entire nation, but also your opportunity to connect with our CEO, Bob Snyder, on a weekly basis, where Bob goes over important announcements that we need to know about the company. We also get to see some recognition of who is out there making big things happen in their business. And then we also get a story of the week and a training of the week. So lots and lots of value on the Founders Live. That's every Monday at 4 p.m. Mountain Time through the Facebook page, Renatus Founders Live. Monday nights at 7 p.m. we have our national study groups, where right now we're making our way through the essentials courses. We have our Renatus Helios app. A lot of great features there. One of my favorites is that you are notified whenever a commission is paid. You're notified when you have a guest checked into an event. That way you know that they're there and checked in. Lots of great features there, so make sure you get that downloaded and give it 5 stars. We have a lot of daily and weekly support here with Renatus Team Elevate. Very grateful for all the support that we have, all the ongoing support, in addition to, of course, our education and just the community in general. We have our private capital masterclass every single Thursday at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. We invite all AIT students to watch their private capital classes and then come to this mastermind, start to have those conversations, and that's this is a safe place to learn how to start having those conversations and to learn what's working for other people. If you've had success building private capital, bring your wins. And if you are new to this, then please show up and you will get some great support from Dane Clark, who's had a lot of success. He's built over $23 million in his business from private lenders. So that's every Thursday, 6 p.m. Mountain Time. If you are on the OES, the optional event subscription, you will receive an email every month and also a text every week with the link to join this webinar. And then we've got our Dream Call, the Daily Real Estate Action Mastermind. That is our daily call where we talk all about real estate investing. So whether you're new or you've been around for a while, show up to the Dream Call and either share your wins, share your successes, share your experience, or if you're brand new, this is going to kind of help you get outside your comfort zone a little bit and start to really take some action on building your portfolio for real estate investing. This is Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. till about 10 o'clock Mountain Time. And the Dream Call, we also ask that you are a part of the OES. And once you are on the OES, then you'll receive the instructions on how to join the Dream Call. And then we've got our marketing call. Everyone is welcome here. That is Monday through Friday from 8 to 9. We talk all things marketing, business, personal development, and mindset. The OES I just mentioned, that is our optional event subscription. This is something that helps our leadership run all of these events. So do check out the short video that's on the website here, oes.com. It's about a 6-minute video that Michael Huggins put together that talks more in depth about what the OES is and why you want to be a part of that. The Profits Education is something that you can get I'm sorry, I'm jumbling my words this morning. If you are looking to introduce your students to the Profits Education or your guests to the Profits Education, you can do so by getting them in front of Scott Rowe. Scott Rowe does a powerful introduction to the Profits Education every Tuesday, and that's at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. And that is in the Helios calendar. And of course, please make sure you get yourself registered and your guests. You can just type in Profits on the search bar on the calendar in Helios, and you will see this pop up on Tuesdays. Every Wednesday, we have our house tour. Last night, we had a really fun tour. We toured Inez's property, where she is walking away with over $26,000 in net profit. Congratulations, Inez. That was a really, really fun tour. So every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, we tour a different property. And this is a very powerful exposure for your guests. So make sure that you are building for these events each and every week, getting people in front of these house tours so that they can see what people are able to create with this education, with our community, what's available in today's market, and really in any market. And they get to see all different kinds of acquisition strategies, exit strategies, and multiple classes being put to use towards one deal. So again, very powerful exposure for your guests. If you don't have a guest, still show up. You're going to learn. I always learn something from these house tours. So of course, make sure you register not only yourself, but your guests as well in Helios. And then to access these events or this event, you'll go to teamelevateusa.com and click on the house tour. Thursdays, we've got lots going on. So tonight at 4 o'clock Mountain Time, we have our corporate onboarding session. At 7 o'clock, we have another house tour offered. However, tonight's is offered in Spanish. And then also at 7 o'clock, we have our Pillars of Wealth intro presentation. And we also have a couple of study groups happening tonight. So at 7, we have our multifamily study group and a study group on short-term rental. And then at 8 o'clock, we have a velocity banking study group with Richie. So lots going on Thursdays. Of course, make sure you please register in Helios. Just type in Elevate. You'll see the Elevate events pop up for Thursdays. That's where you're going to get registered. And then to access these events, again, you'll go to teamelevateusa.com. We do record these morning calls. We are not on Facebook Live. I've had some issues with Facebook Live this week. They changed something in the settings, and so I'll have to look into that and figure out what's going on with that. But I will make sure to add this recording to the page regardless, so I'll get that added today. And then our YouTube channel. The YouTube channel has so much value. We've added hundreds and hundreds of videos. So we've got not only the Zoom up calls, which are some interviews. They're only about 20 minutes long. We've got some short interviews that talk about how the individual started with Renatus, what they were doing before Renatus, and what they've been able to accomplish since getting started. So those are very powerful interviews, not only for yourself, but also for your guests. You can share those Zoom up videos with your guests. And then we have many years worth of these morning trainings on the YouTube channel as well. So that YouTube channel is Elevate Renatus. The Facebook page is Renatus Team Elevate. Make sure that you are plugged into both of those, both great resources. Today is Thriving Thursday. Every Thursday, we get to learn from Miss Wanda Carrasquillo. Before we introduce Wanda, we are going to just shift over to our money mastery exercise. We'll spend a few minutes at the end doing the call to action. And so let's go ahead and get shifted over to that.
This man gave up his $1 million children. Would you have made the same choices?
Today is Thriving Thursday. We have Wanda Carrasquillo with us. Wanda is an incredible individual who spends her time with us every single Thursday morning, and she helps us with our businesses as well as shares with us some very powerful thoughts on mindset and personal development, which we all know is incredibly foundational to having a successful life. Wanda was born in Puerto Rico, and she earned herself 2 master's degrees despite many life challenges. And in her career, she succeeded in many ways, but was constantly just hitting that ceiling. As she was trading time for dollars, she knew that she had an entrepreneurial spirit and she wanted to start businesses, and any business that she attempted to start just didn't take off at the time. So her business attempts were not accomplished. However, Wanda found Renatus, and that was about 5 years ago. And with the Renatus Wealth Cycle, Wanda was able to really let her entrepreneurial spirit shine. And in her first 8 months alone, she earned herself 6 figures in the marketing side of this business, which is incredible. And she's been able to do that each year after. Now, fast forward to today, now Wanda is on the PIT team, which is the President's Advisory Council in training. And she has completed now over 28 real estate transactions. Correct me if I'm wrong, Wanda. I know she's out there doing a lot of big things in the real estate world, as well as marketing as well. She has created a bright future for herself because of real estate investing. And so make sure to take notes today. I'm excited for what Wanda has to share with us. Good morning, Wanda. How are you today?
Good morning, Kelly. Can you hear me okay?
We can hear you, yes.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah, thank you so much, Kelly, for for putting these calls together and for everything you do in the morning to set up the tone for these calls. This is amazing. I'm so excited because I this video, and I want to talk. I always want to bring the videos that she presents for the money metrics. This video really touched my heart. Several years ago, I put together a nonprofit organization, and I attended and I did several trips to help people in other countries. I did one trip that was for Ecuador, and we took 141 bags to Ecuador when they had the earthquake about 5 years ago. And that feeling really is something that strive me, like we do striving Thursday. So that's something that strive me to do better in life, to do something more in my life. And it helps me to find my why. Why do I want to do Renatus? Why do I want to really get more money? And it's because my purpose in life is to help others. Like this guy that was in the video, that he went to Cambodia and started helping others and all of that. Those are things that drive me. Those are things that help me to stay motivated. And yes, I have whys for my family and some goals as a family, but my actual purpose is like to help others in that big range and that big scope, if you will. And that video really touched my heart. And I want to know, and I'll open up. I know that probably you have put something on the chat. I didn't read it, but if any one of you can bring that conversation about why you're doing this. What is your why? What is your purpose in life that gets you into getting up in the day and do the money-making activities, as Bob Snyder was explaining on his video, on the different kinds of things that we start doing it to exit pretty much the business. But how can we stay engaged? How can we embrace changes that are happening in the world because of the pandemic, in the world, because we have to adjust to different lifestyle. But because I have a why, and because I have a motivation, a purpose in life, then you stay in and you embrace the changes and continue on. So anybody wants to share with me and with us that kind of things that drive you to continue on?
Hey, Wanda, it's Esther.
Hi, Esther. How are you?
I'm fantastic. How are you doing?
I'm doing awesome. And thank you so much for
Good.
everything you do for the community.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. So, I think the timing of this is always so amazing to me, because the last time I shared, it's because I had an email that came in late Wednesday evening, and I had the opportunity to share on a Thursday morning call. Same thing happened again yesterday, where I received an email from my friend who has the long-term mission in Thailand, helping with the orphan kids out there. And they're trying to raise funds, and they're trying to raise $75,000 to buy 2 trucks. And when I say trucks, these are not like your Ford pickup trucks. These are actually 20 passenger trucks that they convert so that they can actually have about 25 to 30 people sit in these. And that's how they transport the kids from the villages down to the school. And so 20 years ago, when they first started this short-term mission trip, it turned into a long-term, and then they started a home there. My daughter at the time was, probably like 7 or 8, and she was actually working modeling. And she just had this idea, Mom, I really want to help them get this truck. Well, at that time, 20 years ago, that same truck cost about $7,000. Well, through her modeling, she was able to raise that money for them, and they bought the truck. Now, fast forward 20 years, they're needing 2 trucks now. And so when I see this email, I'm like, okay, I know this is my why. And here in the States, $75,000 really won't get you a lot. But in Thailand, it'll get you two, 20 passenger vans. And they also need to remodel the kitchen and some dorm rooms and so forth. So now this morning, I'm like, okay, how do I take this email message that I got and make it happen? So this morning that was really heavy on my heart. And then when I saw the money matrix, I'm like, okay, it's another message that I've got to get going.
Your mission is calling you, right? Your purpose
Absolutely.
in life is calling you. And that's pretty much, and we get messages from all over, right? And to guide us into the direction of things that we are to do and you have a purpose and find that purpose, right? Because just doing Renatos to make money, that's not enough for you to get up in the morning and do the money-making activities. You have to have a why. And Bob Snyder always says, if you don't have a dream, find a cause. And these type of things are causes. Like if you are donating for the Locator Foundation, or these type of causes that Esther is describing, or the things that I was doing a while back, helping people in different countries, helping people even locally. There are many needs in your communities that you can put your efforts and put your why in there. So that motivates you to get up in the morning and say, I need to do my money making activities because I have this why. And not necessarily something for you because I want to travel and I want to have a good time and very good lifestyle. But what are you doing to leave an impact and to leave something in life in the world, to make a difference in the world? That's kind of, for me, is so important. What I'm doing to leave something, a legacy, not only for my family, for the world, for the society, for the communities, for people. And that will get you into getting into money-making activities. Thank you, Esther, for sharing. Is there anybody else would love to share anything that compels you? If you don't have that dream that drives you to do the money-making activities, what are the causes that you can say, I can take this cause and take it over to really do something in life that can get me out of the bed, that can get me out of my comfort zone, to move forward, to do money-making activities, to create the life that I want, but also the life that I can impact the world. Anybody else want to share?
Hi, Wanda. This is Gilda.
Hi.
Yeah, how
Hi,
you doing?
Gilda.
I
Good.
should put my video so you can see me. Anyway,
Yes.
yes. Well, thank you for being here. You're always awesome.
Thank
Great.
you.
Great training every Thursday. But yeah, for me, this kind of started. It's early on in life, and I've always helping people. And in fact, my parents, if we help somebody, like if somebody was like walking, especially when they're like an elderly, and my parents would always say, well, help that person, but make sure you don't take any money from them to pay you back. So, or to pay you for helping them. So there's always that in my early age, and when I was growing up. And back in 2002, and Dave and I, we decided to build a church in the Philippines. And so that's something that that's part of our why. And our family, like our kids, that's our why, and this church. And so we're basically maintaining that, paying the water and maintenance and electricity and stuff. And we'll be adding more stuff as money comes available. So that's one of my one of the causes. So would be nice. And I just want to share with you, because when we were building this church, it was like wasn't even a very big plan. It was just like out of the blue. I had a dream, and I asked Dave, and I said, okay, yeah, we could build it, and we built it. We broke ground. That was in 2000, April of 2002, and then we had the blessing of it in 2000, in July. So wasn't very long. The construction was very fast, and during that construction, I had my sister in charge of that. I was really very challenging because I was here, and my sister, and she was younger at that time, and construction company people were like, oh, we don't trust her because he's so young, and we should be in charge of that kind of stuff. So we had a lot of problems. So in the middle of it, I was like, my sister was crying because of the problems he was having. I was crying because he was like having problems. And I just went, to Dave and said, and I know it was worth it, but at that point I kind of reached to a point that was like, okay, well, is this worth it? After I got off the phone with my sister, and Dave just calmly said to me, and I said, honey, if we can save one soul, that church would be worth it.
Mhm.
And when we had that church, when we had the blessing, I was growing up with, actually, see, what he was related to my mom, and like a second cousin, or yeah. And I've never seen this guy went to church. I was growing up, and when the church was built, and he started going, and then up until he died. So that was very powerful. So anyway, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get emotional. So
I
anyway,
know
so this is one of
those
my,
things. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, and many others that I've experienced, actually, that people started going to church that they never actually did when I was growing up. So
Mhm.
yeah. So
Thank you
that's one
so
of
much
them.
for sharing.
Oh gosh. All right.
Thank you so
Happy
much for
Thursday.
sharing. Thank you,
Sorry.
Gilda. It
Mm,
is amazing when you find a purpose, when you find something that is going to drive you to get out of
mhm,
bed, do your money making activities because you have that why. And that's what I want you to do. I want you to reset and start thinking, why, why am I doing this? Why
mhm,
I'm doing Renatus?
exactly.
And you joined for a reason. I joined maybe because I wanted to do something exciting in my life and learn a different skill. And I'm getting kind of good at it, I'm doing fix and flip and that strategy on the real estate side and doing other strategies. But hey, I want to build that wealth. For what? Why?
And Wanda, I was gonna say, it doesn't have to be like a big thing. It could be little thing. No, I did this like
Yes.
last week. She was part of. She actually used to be a nurse, and now she ended up having stroke, so she's at the assisted facility. Well, she doesn't have anybody that's visiting her, but I keep in contact with her. I talk to her how she's doing, and because with COVID, nobody can really visit them. So finally, this facility opened up that they can receive visitors. So I told her I'll be going. And this they mentioned something about, it's like, I really miss this. It's some kind of fish, dish. And I've been trying to, call this place. It's a special place around here, and they didn't have the kind of fish. They didn't have the kind of fish. So finally, after 2 weeks, and I actually stopped by and saw her like a few days ago. And then a day after that, the manager of the restaurant called me and said, Gilda, we have the fish. Do you want me to, have it? I was like, can you please have somebody deliver it, because I can't, because I had work. And they said, okay, I will have the owner of the restaurant said, I will have my son, I'll ask him to deliver it. And she got the food. I didn't tell her. I didn't tell her that it was coming. And I told the guy that was delivering it, and she said, I told her to call me when she's there, because I want to make sure that she gets it when it's warm or hot. And then so I called her, But it was already the DON, well, the director of nursing actually delivered it. And they said, why are, and she said, oh, who's delivering this food? And then so finally, and I did call her, and then she opened the bag, but I had specific instruction, and she got the fish, and she had some rice and all that, and other veggies, and then she opened it, and she called me, and she was crying. When I talked to her on the phone, she was crying because she said, I could die, I could die tomorrow, and you really made me happy with this. And it was like $14 for delivery, and that was all it cost me. And she was so happy, and she said, if I die tomorrow, at least I got to eat the food that I wanted to eat that I couldn't eat for a long time. So little things like that, it just it. I mean, she sent me this text, and it's a long text, but it's really, I've read it to some you know a couple of my
Thank you.
family members. It's yeah, so it doesn't have to be big, it doesn't have to be, it could be just like giving somebody a ride, like seniors out there are really needing some even like a visit from somebody. And I have a lot of friends in the healthcare industry, and they work at a nursing home, and sometimes they said they drop, the family drop their elderly over there, and they don't even collect them up until they're dead.
Yeah.
So it's
Thank
really
you.
sad. So yeah.
I
So
know.
I better,
Thank you so much.
mm,
Yeah, thank you so
thank you.
much, Gilda, for sharing this. And it's true, sometimes we don't have to think about something so big. It could be something local, something that it will impact somebody in life, right? But in the sense, what I want to tie in this conversation is why you have to reset to move forward, to do your money making activities. Because sometimes when we start this new business, we don't have that extra $14. We don't have that extra $20. We are living paycheck to paycheck. We are living dollar by dollar. And it's our mindset, it's our motivation to create something new that will allow us to get out of bed to continue on. And we know that with the wealth cycle, we can make it. We can do more. We can do something for us, but something for others, to leave a legacy in our world, and leave something behind that will impact somebody. And yes, it's true. If we only can do it for one person, it will be worth it. And I always have this story of this man walking along the ocean shore, and he started throwing the starfish back in the water. And starfish, they die really quickly after they are out of the water. But they started throwing it, and somebody asked this guy, why are you throwing them back? He said, if I can only save one, it will be worth it. And that's exactly what I want you to start thinking. What is that thing that I will do to get out of bed every single day to change the life of somebody? And that takes us to even sharing this opportunity with others. I see many people that says, oh, I'm joining Renato's, but I don't want to do marketing. Really? So you are getting all of these benefits of learning something good that allows you to improve your wealth and your well-being, and you don't want to share this with others. So I don't understand sometimes when people say, I don't want to do marketing. What really is marketing is? What is marketing? Marketing is sharing this wealth, this opportunity that people can learn a skill to improve their life. That's really what we do. Hey, I'm doing all of these deals. Now in 29 transactions, 28, somewhere around there. I got to count them again. But you just have to say, hey, if I am improving my life, it will be selfish of myself of not saying this to somebody else or telling somebody else, you can improve this life by learning the education, by joining this education and learn strategies that will help you to improve your life. That's what marketing is. So basically, it's not so hard for us to say, you can improve your life if you learn these skills. Yes, it's like when we were in the old system and my parents said, you have to go to school. You have to go to school, get a good education, to then get a good job and work over there for years and then retire and get a good retirement plan. That was the old system. But now that you know that there are many other ways for you to really improve your life and even get better returns on your investment when it comes to education, you can say, if you take this education, you learn it in a faster way because it's different from spending 4 years of college or something. So you'll do it if you do it in 3 months, in 6 months, whatever it takes you, but the return on investment is going to be higher. Don't you think you're giving an opportunity to someone to improve their life by learning a new skill and getting into a field that they probably enjoy more than being like me? For example, I was a school teacher or a professor at the college, but it wasn't fulfilling me as much as I do it now. I don't feel like I have a job. I go to my properties, I go here and there and sharing the education with others, but I'm having fun at the same time. I'm enjoying what I'm doing. Sometimes it's late when I come back home, but it's like, oh, I'm not even tired because I'm doing something that I'm enjoying. I'm flexible on my time. I have the time to do what I want when I want. And that is what you are marketing, that lifestyle, that style that you said. You can tell somebody, you don't have to be tied to a structure. You can be have more freedom and enjoy what you do more. And I'm not saying quit your job or anything. I'm not, I cannot guarantee successes, and the success that I have is really not typical. But in reality, I know there's a possibility there. And if I have been able to do it, most likely it's possible. Well, actually, it's possible because I tested it. I know it's possible. So I know it's possible for anybody to really create the life that they want and desire things that you want to create for others and for yourself and your family if you learn these skills. So when I market, I'm not marketing, like I'm selling. I'm just putting out there a lifestyle. I'm just sharing some things that are my results, which are not typical, but they are possible. They're possible. And when you do that, your marketing comes organically. You're not shoving things in people's throat. You're just kind of sharing something with passion. So that is the reset that we have to do. And we have to realign. Realign with what? With the reality of the activities that we have to do. We're not going to stay in blaming anybody for the things that are not happening right now. Oh, my 5-star or my pack or my pit, they're not helping me. No, that's not our position. Our position is to re-engage, to realign again, and begin to structure a day in which you, like Dane always said, in where you always put out there that conversation for real estate, that conversation for improving life. I start my conversations with improving life. I don't necessarily jump into real estate. Dane does, kind of a real estate mode conversation. I kind of engage with people in a way that they know there's a possibility of improving their life and giving them hope that there's a vehicle that can take them from where they are to where they want to be. And when you share with that emotion, with that passion, with a way that is really a reality, whether you have results or not, you've seen it in other people, people will believe you, people will trust you. And you're not marketing, you're just sharing with passion what is possible, what is possible. So that's why you reset in your mind the things that are possible for others. And you share that possibility. And you said, it's possible. I know it's possible. Wanda is doing it. Michael Hogan is doing it. Danny is doing it. Bill Pettibone is doing, Lily is doing it. I hear them every day. And I know it's possible. So you don't have to have your own results when it comes for you to really share this, no marketing, but sharing with passion the possibilities. Sharing with passion the things that are possible when you have this vehicle, when you jump into this vehicle to move forward to a better life, to move forward to a better you, to move forward to a better things. So you reset, you realign that mindset that says, when you say, I don't like marketing, I don't like sales. Are you selling? No, I'm not selling. It's like when I go watch a movie. I'm so excited and hey, Kelly, I saw that movie. It's so awesome. I'm not telling her go see it, or maybe if I said, you should go see it, but it's just kind of a part of the conversation. And that's the same thing with Renatus. Hey, I just saw this. I met this girl who was working paycheck to paycheck and wanted to retire, and she found kind of switch her career, and then started doing real estate, and it's so awesome, all the things that she accomplished. Are you selling? No, you're just sharing a story, which is what we have in the money making activities. Find the people, tell the story, tell stories, and that will sell. The story will sell. You don't have to be there showing people through like you have to be, you have to buy this education. No, you're just sharing the possibilities of what that education will do for you. When I was deciding to go to college, and if any of you remember going to college or deciding on going in a career mode, you just was presented with an option that you saw, if I study this for years and I get this degree, I'm going to get here. I'm going to have this type of job. But now that we have an entrepreneur mindset, we said, okay, if I change my skills and I learn these skills, the possibilities are endless in this end of the thing and possible that I can do in my life, for myself, for my family, and for everyone around me, that I can leave an impact in the world. So that's what we need to start thinking when we reset that thinking of saying, I don't like to market, I don't like to sell. No, you're just sharing a possibility. You're just sharing what is out there that you've seen it. Not necessarily if you don't see it in your life yet, then you have seen it in other people's life, how the people's life have changed by telling those stories. So you realign your perspective and you move forward to re-engage in the money-making activities organically, especially now that we are online, especially now that we are in this environment in where there's not that much, human contact. You just put out there, like, blast people with the summit, invite people for the summit, send that link with the invitation for the summit, because what you're giving is a possibility. Look at all these successful people. they were able to succeed because they follow some systems or some structure. Is that a possibility for us, for you, for somebody that you can share with? That's what we need to start resetting and thinking in our life. Is there anyone who has a comment or something that wants to add to this conversation? We have 3 more minutes. Anyone? Are you committed to share this opportunity in this way with passion, with a smile, with just this fluvius passion? I just, because it's just a matter of sharing possibilities, sharing dreams, sharing those options. Let's see if there's anything on the chat, Kelly, that you can go through and question. Yes.
I would just add along and say, I mean, just piggyback off of you, just to say, yeah, keeping that positive energy and that smile and being able to just naturally want to help people. I mean, that could build so many opportunities, not even in a selfish way, but looking back at karma and just how you treat people that way, that will just come back to you. And even in business, it'll just make everything that much better. You won't have to look over your shoulder and worry about if you did somebody wrong. Just naturally doing good for others will just elevate and enhance all the great things around you.
Thank you, Maurice. That's very true. It's just that passion that you just want to do good. And you do good by sharing possibilities with people. This is possible. This is possible. You can change your life. And when you kind of inspire others, because that's what you're going to be doing, inspiring others to improve their life, then your life will improve as well. This is my message today, guys. Thank you so much for your attendance and for your participation. I cannot do these calls without your participation, so thank you so much for engaging. And Kelly, did you see anything on the chat or anything that I need to address before we end?
Just lots of people giving you love. Andres shared a nice quote from Napoleon Hill: "A closed mind stumbles across the blessings of life without discovering them." So don't have a closed mind, have an open mind. And everyone just really appreciates everything that you share. LaShawn says that what you share has really helped her move forward in this business. So just so grateful for you, Wanda. Thank you for always.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Wanda.
I love you guys. I need to jump into my next call. So thank you and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Wanda. Have a good day, everybody.
You too. Thanks.
Thank you.